Hello, thanks for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 5th of April. This is for the sun or the ascendant. Some people will even watch their moon sign. Now, if you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Also, if you'd like to chat with me one-to-one, please see the link below where you can see my list of testimonials and also understand the services I offer. And also, if you'd like to access more serious astrology in an affordable, cost-effective way, please check out my range of personal horoscope reports. And you can get a special offer on a year's forecast, character analysis combined, based on your time, date and place of birth. No two charts are the same. Please see the link below. Hello Pisces, and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 5th of April. Late last week, Mercury, the planet of communication, moved out of your sign and into the sign of Aries. Think of something you've been working on recently that's more creative, imaginative, or a little bit of a brownfield site, something that's fresh, hasn't quite had the time to really get going. Well, I think you're going to start to see greater form, much greater substance starting to develop now, which can be very satisfying. Also, Venus and the Sun welcome Mercury, and Venus in the second solar house is gorgeous, and she forges this week 8 angles to Mars, which is about passion and drive in your sector of the home, and with Jupiter, which is in an area suggesting work you've been doing behind the scenes. It may be very, very important work. It could be in a big institution. Maybe you work in a hospital or a prison or some kind of care situation. It's possible too that you work in your own business that has a more psychological dimension, or perhaps it's to do with research, caring, healing of some kind. Well, some kind of financial dividend can come to you this week, and that's going to be really delightful for you to celebrate. It is true, however, that your co-ruler Neptune is in an awkward right angle with Mars. 90 degrees in astrology is known as a square. Now, Mars is in the part of your horoscope giving you the push to make some changes on the home front. That could be some redecoration, it could be putting in a new kitchen or bathroom, or spending time beautifying your outdoor space. So when we get Neptune in the mix, what does this mean? Well, it could mean that when it comes to your emotional situation, you could feel a little bit disorientated or even a bit discouraged if something isn't quite flowing as you would like. But I want you to keep the faith, because on the 23rd of this month, Mars moves into a marvellous location for you, and over the following 6 weeks will supercharge your efforts. It's just going through one of those phases where it's asking you to be a little bit more meditative when it comes to your neat actions. So if you do put a lot of emphasis on the foundations of your world at the moment, that's a very smart thing to do, because that's creating the foundations and basis for you to move forwards in a more dynamic way once Venus moves mid-month into the sign of Taurus, the sign she governs, followed by the Sun and Mercury on the 19th. And you're going to find your life really will start to pick up speed quite considerably by then. But if there is something that's a bit tender or sensitive, or you're not quite sure about this week, I think just take it back down to basics. Take it down to the things that just give you a sense of rhythm, a sense of order in your situation, even if it just means making sure that everything's stacked up, tidy, and you're getting rid of things that no longer serve a purpose in your situation, maybe even selling them on that famous auction site to bring in some spare cash. Now, by the end of this week, Mercury forges a very constructive link with Saturn. Don't underestimate, Pisces, your instincts. They're often your guiding force. But what happens is sometimes you don't trust them, like all of us. And because Mercury is in a very logical, dry, but very secure and stable link with Saturn, as this week draws to a close, one hunch you have can pay off really well in setting things up nicely for you to make future progress later this month.